I found a chunk of his face stuck to a Hitler movie.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Glad you guys could be here. But to start off, I want to ask you guys one question. Would you ever drive a car that had copious amounts of meth and fentanyl inside of it? Unfortunately, that's the decision the owner of this 2024 Toyota Corolla had to make after his car got stolen. Turns out, if you don't properly remediate meth, you run the risk of getting things like eye problems, massive behavior change, and rashes all over your body. And sometimes you'll actually get life-threatening diseases like cancer. Not a fun time. I'm out here with Biomanagement Northwest, and they're going to give me the rundown on what a typical meth cleanup looks like for them. Now, the way this vehicle even got here in the first place is because some dude with a magical lockpicking skill set saw this shiny red car in someone's driveway and thought it would be a fine enough place to cook up some meth. He took it out for a spin and eventually parked it underneath the bridge for a couple of days and just went to town smoking up a ton of meth. This vehicle scored a massive 1.6 on the ESR rating, which is a lot, and you can actually get really sick from it just being around that type of stuff. Eventually, the vehicle was found by police and the owner's insurance company took it out here to Biomanagement's office for some next level decontamination. But in order to do this work, we will need to get some heavy duty PPE on our body to protect us. This includes a nice hot and sweaty hazmat suit, respirator, and doubled gloves with the duct tape to seal it in. Meth is not something that we are going to want to take any chances on, so full PPE every time. Now that we are covered from head to toe, it's time to start cooking. Begin taking everything out of the car. This part was pretty fun because I didn't know that it was even possible to take things like the back seat out. Apparently they just pop off just like this. Like, how is that even possible? Also, getting the front seats out was pretty easy. It was just kind of awkward trying to move them out of the car because they are ridiculously heavy. Once the car guts got taken out, someone immediately began disinfecting them. It's a pretty long and meticulous process that you have to do correctly. So getting a head start on it really helped keep the project going. While someone was doing that, we began moving in on the inside of the car, prepping the vehicle for a full meth remediation. After we got everything sprayed down, it just took a lot of vacuuming to capture the moisture in broken down meth molecules. The crew I was working with here today was actually super rad. I got to talk with a couple of them after the project was over, and I got to hear Eldon's craziest job he ever was part of.
The craziest thing I have ever witnessed at work, it was the suicide cleanup. And you know, when you are working a trauma scene, you are working very closely with their personal items. As I was looking through their books and their movies, I had noticed a lot of the German perspective of World War II and Nazi sympathizing material. By far the most ironic was I found a chunk of his face stuck to a Hitler movie.
Thanks for sharing that, Eldon. Whenever you think you've seen it all, just know you haven't. Now, as we begin wrapping up the project here, there were a few details we had to go through, like washing the windows, polishing off the headlights, right? Just a couple of things the company likes to do to really make sure that the finished results pop off. Lastly, to complete the project, we simply put everything back to where we found it, now that it's nice and clean, and ship the final product off to the customer, now that it's completely free of meth. This was actually my first meth job, so thank you Biomanagement for showing me around. And if you need any of their hoarding or bio cleaning services, I'll link them down below for you guys. Thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure to subscribe and follow along for some more crazy projects we got coming up.